So we partner with public schools across the nation, and they're usually lower income high schools. So it's really providing opportunities to them that they wouldn't have in a normal school setting.
In addition to some of those school partnerships, we partner with other kinds of organizations too. So like Caroline said, we partner with public schools, charter schools. We also partner with school districts. In the past, we've built partnerships with school districts as far as Ohio. We've partnered with nonprofit entities like nonprofit foundations or quasi-governmental organizations to support and meet their students' needs for college admissions resources. For the most part, we partner with all kinds of organizations that have a group of students who need help on the college admissions process. I think the core difference between this sort of work that we do is that while in our individual model, our client is a parent, in this setting, it's an institution, whether that be a high school, a school district, a nonprofit foundation. I think what defines success when partnering with Preppery is a few things. First, and I think most importantly, is us feeling like a member of your community. Students maybe being able to not distinguish Preppery from my high school is going to be a great example of what success looks like at Preppery, right? When we're a part of that community, when teachers can reach out to us and they feel comfortable doing that, when students are excited to see us at their high school, it's Caroline again. Thank God that you're here. I have these questions about college applications. That, I think, is what success looks like in our partnerships. And also, of course, like Caroline said, meeting these schools' objectives. Each of these different schools have different goals, whether that be making 100% of my graduating class go to a four-year university. A few years ago, we partnered with a high school in Osceola County in Kissimmee, Florida. It's a pretty rural area. And this was a new school. This was actually this high school's first graduating class. We had been working with them since this graduating class was in 11th grade. Through our work at the school, through interactive student workshops, we met one student who seemed really ambitious. She wanted to study neuroscience and was engaged during our presentations. I always had questions. Through a lot of the work that we did with her one-on-one support outside of the student interactive workshops, of course, the student interactive workshops that we did at the school as well, and the work that we did with their counselor, the student ended up getting admitted to Columbia. She was the first Ivy League admit from this school district in 27 years. No other student had been admitted to an Ivy League school. Student didn't come from the kind of background of kid that typically gets into these schools. And I don't think she realized in that moment, 2 years ago when she got into Columbia, just how much her life was about to change. Just actually a few months ago, she reached out to us and said, hey, I'm a sophomore at Columbia. I started this project. I switched my major from neuroscience into sociology and actually created a nonprofit that works with high school students to guide them through the college admissions process, specifically financial aid.
I think with me, more success comes from building those relationships that are lasting with the students. So I had one student that I didn't really think that in one presentation I would make a lasting impact, but that student came back to me through their college admissions process time and time and again. So we would meet one-on-one after we would have these presentations, and they would just have lines and lines of questions. And we actually created, or I supported them with writing all of their supplemental essays during his winter break. And he was able to complete all of them in a matter of 2 weeks, which is a little bit crazy of a short time frame. But it was still a success story because he was able to accomplish and apply to the places he wanted to apply to. And that was all based on his initiative after having one of our presentations.
For us, we just focus on the college admissions process. We're working with 9th grade students about creating a strong foundation for the college application process. What's the difference between a weighted or unweighted GPA? What the heck is a passion project? And can you really build one? For 11th grade students, we work on the college admissions 101. How are admissions officers actually going to review you? So all of this sort of work that counselors maybe don't have the time to do, we jump in to support them, to support the entire school to have access to these resources. In addition to some student-facing programming like Caroline talked about, we also have professional development opportunities for different members of the high school community. One thing that we do that we love is we actually lead a mock admissions roundtable for our partner schools. So we'll typically pull in teachers that are teaching IB curriculum, AP curriculum, ACE curriculum, counseling staff, administrators like a principal or vice principal, assistant principal. And we show them real applications from students in their community. Students that go to their type of schools, we're reviewing real essays, activity sections. And for the first time for these people, the college admissions process isn't this thing that maybe they did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but it's this thing that they're experiencing in real time and understanding, whoa, this is what it really takes for our kids to get into these types of schools. And seeing that in a really real way, I think has left a pretty lasting impression on our school community and help them understand what else they can do to continue to empower their students and give them the best shot at getting whatever they want for their future.